Welcome back to another edition of Talk Nerdy to Me. I am your host, Troy Stegner, filming from beautiful downtown Las Cruces Zia Comic Studios. This is the end of December, and 2020, it's been a really crappy year in a lot of aspects. So I figured instead of doing the best of 2020, let's do the worst of 2020 because, man, so much bad stuff happened. Let me put on my reading glasses here. Let's just start with all the important, and this by no means is an all-encompassing list. You guys can add to this in the comments of some of the crappy stuff that happened during 2020 because I would be here for hours just trying to name them all. These are the ones that stood out to me the most going over a list here. We lost a lot of really talented, influential, celebrity-type people this year. Start with the biggest one, Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther. That man was a great actor. He kept it kind of on the down low about his, I believe he had cancer. Didn't let it leak a lot. A lot of the tabloids, being as the media is, was trying to associate his big weight loss to all these other nefarious reasons. Come to find out it was cancer, and he just didn't really want to burden people with his problem. So yeah, I mean that was a sad day hearing about Chad Boseman. We also have, let me just go down the list here of other people we lost. Alex Trebek, the iconic host of Jeopardy. Yeah, that was a bad one, and I don't know if this had anything to do with each other, but Sean Connery also died. If you ever watched Saturday Night Live, there was a series of Jeopardy parodies with Will Ferrell being Alex Trebek, and then Sean Connery giving him a really hard time. So yeah, we also lost Sean Connery. If you're into sports, Kobe Bryant, that was a big one early in the year. Can't believe that was this year. It seems like so long ago. So yeah, we lost Kobe. We lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a Supreme Court justice. That was a big one. She was on the Supreme Court for a long time, long time. Neil Peart, drummer for Rush, iconic drummer, dude. I saw them in concert once, and his drum set was just like all over with chimes and everything, and amazing drummer. So we lost him. Kirk Douglas. Michael Douglas's dad, yes, Michael Douglas's dad was also an actor, a very, very prominent, big actor, maybe bigger than Michael. Lost him. Eddie Van Halen, the world of rock and roll, the man who changed the way guitar is played for a lot of people, a pioneer with guitar playing. Lost Eddie Van Halen. That was a sad day. Also in the music world, Kenny Rogers. If you're into country music, he was kind of into pop there for at the beginning of his career, but lost Kenny Rogers, another iconic musician. We lost Max van Sydow, big actor. Max van Sydow, I remember that name. The name just sticks with you. Yeah, we lost him. And let's see, I think that's all I have on my list for losing. I know there was a lot of other deaths, but those were the top of my mind when I made the list, and it was just a shame to lose all those people. They will be sorely missed. DC, middle of the year, right in the middle of the pandemic, June 5th. DC, if you're not in the comics world, you might not know, Diamond had to close their warehouses due to the pandemic, and they couldn't ship comics. DC wanted to keep shipping comics, and they used some kind of little loophole to get out of their contract, and they no longer go through Diamond for distribution. They did go through, let me update that, UCS, who was owned by Midtown Comics, and Lunar, which is a distribution arm of Discount Comic Book Service. UCS has recently said, hey, we're stopping at the end of this year. This is too much crap. We're not going to do it. Lunar has taken over all the DC stuff. It started out good, and now Lunar is starting to show the same problems that everybody complained about with Diamond. I mean, its distribution problems are going to be the same with just about every distributor, except Lunar Diamond used to have, if you had damages or shortages, you just told them. Lunar is now requesting pictures and evidence, and a lot of times they're denying claims, and it's a big mess. I'm pretty sure the president of DC doesn't want to be in print comics, or actually he's president of Warner, not DC. Doesn't want to be into the comic. He just wants to make movies because movies make more money, but he doesn't realize the stories for those movies come from the comics. And if you start alienating your customer base, I mean, DC hasn't been, they've been hit or miss with their movies lately, and Wonder Woman 84 is one of those. Don't get me wrong, Wonder Woman 84 was not a bad movie, but it was a lackluster follow-up to the first Wonder Woman, in my mind. Yeah, so DC leaving Diamond, leaving a lot of people in the lurch, a lot of retailers in the lurch. That was a bad thing. Speaking of bad things DC Comics did, hey, let's talk about Batman Catwoman. Yeah, screw you, Tom King. You really dorked us over. You promised a wedding, and then they walked away from the altar at the last minute. Bad. That was really bad. That's a romance that's been going on for a long time. Don't tease a wedding and then not give it. That was just really bad for him. It turned a lot of people against Tom King, and with good reason. I mean, a lot of people were heavily invested in that wedding, not to mention retailers who bought heavily into the wedding, and then it didn't happen, and we still have bunches of those copies sitting on the shelf. Great marketing. Anyway, next thing, I'm just going to go down the list. Al Jaffe, if you don't know Al Jaffe from Mad Magazine, he retired middle of the year. My next one, I have Demon Slayer. It's a very popular anime. My manager, Susie, is making me watch all these animes, and I'm glad she did because that's a really good one. The movie came out, I guess, in Japan, and it is just selling like gangbusters over there. And it's breaking a whole bunch of box office records, and we still don't have it over here in the U.S. We probably won't until, January, February time frame. Yeah, the season left off on a good note, and then this movie, and now we can't get the movie. Wouldn't matter anyway, because hey, guess what? My next one is no movies. Most movie theaters are closed. Yeah, I can't even go and see a movie. You have to stream it, which I don't mind because I'm a recluse. I'd rather stay home and watch it by myself, where I can pause it and go to the bathroom whenever I want. So yeah, no movies. Theaters closed. This one really bugged me. Pokemon Go. I'm getting close to getting level 40. I mean, I'm not a casual player, but I'm not a hardcore player. So it's taking me a little while. I'm like at level 38. And it used to be top level was 40. They just raised that to 50. Oh, why? I'll never get to level 50. It's going to take forever. So yeah, I'm kind of upset Pokemon Go raised the level to 40. Oh. And speaking of games, PS5. Can't get one. It's hard. You got to pay through the nose to find one. A lot of shady stuff going on to get PS5s. And then when you get it, if you try to play Cyberpunk, good luck. That thing is so buggy. It has so many problems. Not to mention the real world stuff is not that great. You shoot tires, they don't explode, they don't lose their air. You can shoot in the water, there's no splash effect. I mean, that and the fact that it'll just crash on you so much. Cyberpunk, they caved in to people's wishes, and we want Cyberpunk, so they rushed it out, and now it's got problems. Everybody's, Cyberpunk's so buggy. You guys asked for this early. Don't push them. I'd rather wait to have a good game rather than get a crappy game with 1,000 patches. Bad thing, Mandalorian ended for season 2, and they've separated Mando and Grogu. What happened there? Yeah, how are you going to have that buddy cop show without those two together? So yeah, that was bad. Speaking of that, streaming services, Netflix raising their prices now, so it's going to cost more for you to Netflix and chill. They don't ship out DVDs anymore. I don't think they do. Maybe they do. You had that part of the service forever, and if they do, it's got to be not very many people taking advantage of it because everybody streams. So yeah, Netflix is raising the price. I believe Disney Plus is also raising their price. But Disney Plus just announced a huge slate of series and movies and stuff that are coming that a lot of people are excited for, especially the Star Wars stuff and the Marvel related things. So, in fact, we just watched Soul. We watched Soul on Disney Plus. It was a cute movie. Not a blockbuster, but it was cute. I wasn't upset that I watched it. So yeah, those services, if you got them, they're going to start costing you more here soon. If you're into sports, this was a bad year for you because sports were either suspended, disrupted. I mean, I think the Lakers won the NBA championship. I don't even know because I was not invested in how they were doing any of that. And it's going to be interesting to see how sports rebounds after this pandemic. A lot of colleges are pushing through. I know our local one, NMSU, we don't even have home games because of the New Mexico rules. So to get around those rules, they moved the teams to Phoenix. Come on, guys. I mean, if people start getting sick, then you're to blame and you should be held liable. That is just crazy. Not to mention the fact that, you were talking about sports losing money and now you're putting up all the athletes in a different state for the season. Come on, man. Come on. So yeah, sports not gonna happen for a while. Also, the Olympics postponed. I mean, I used to like the Olympics, watching the Olympics. Not gonna be able to see it for a while. Who knows? Like I said, I would like to see how this is the fallout for sports is gonna be after this pandemic. 'Cause I know even for baseball, after they had the strike way back, it took a while for people to rebound and get back into it. So I don't know if people are going to return to sports in as big a numbers as they had before. We'll see. Maybe somebody has information on that. How are the sports channels doing? Are they getting the viewers? Are people tuning in to watch these games? I don't know. I guess football's going on right now, and I can't tell you anything about any of the teams because it's just I have other things on my mind than to watch sports. Here's one, murder hornets. What happened to that? I never saw. They were supposed to be the next big scourge. We had the pandemic and then murder hornets, and then, I don't know, we never saw murder hornets. So did they catch them? Did they kill them? Can somebody update me on that? What the heck with these murder hornets? Are they still out there? Should we watch out? We had a very highly contested presidential race, and I'm pretty sure, that it was the most people voting altogether. Both candidates, I think, broke records. I'd like to see how Kanye did. Kanye West, yeah, Kanye ran for president. How many of you guys, did anybody here vote for Kanye? That was a really weird one for me, Kanye West running for president. That should be like one of the signs of the end times, so. Speaking of things ending, Supernatural. That show has been around for a long time. Very popular show, very good show. They had their last season. And I haven't seen it yet, but supposedly it's a big tearjerker. But Jensen Ackles, he will be in third season of The Boys. I believe he's going to be Soldier Boy. So we will see more Jensen Ackles. I'm not sure about Padalecki, whether he's going to be in there or not. Another show that will be ending, I don't think it is finished filming, and it's not going to air, I believe, till January, February. But I'm going to include it anyway, is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Love that show. It's not Sabrina the Teenage Witch you remember from your childhood. This one is very much dark, occult flavored show. I really dig it. I dig those type of shows. And I think they did a really good job writing it. I want to see how they're going to end it. And I'd love to see another network pick it up and run with it. I'd like to see a weekly series of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina with the same cast they have now. Because that show, if you haven't watched it, do yourself a favor. Watch it. I believe it's on Netflix. I don't think if you like occult and witchy stuff, and of course it has that Riverdale tie-in because they're next door to Riverdale. Them and Archie are kind of. I don't know if we've seen a crossover with them yet. I don't remember one, but That would be another good thing I'd love to see. It's going to be, I hope, like I said, another network. Please pick it up. Glow. If you haven't been watching Glow, the glorious ladies of wrestling, it's a dramatization. I mean, there really was a Glow. This is kind of a dramatization of that. Really good show. I was surprised at how much I liked it, and I believe they started filming their last season before the pandemic, and things happened, and they kind of just canceled it. So I'm hoping they come back and pick up and at least end that last season, film it, instead of just leaving people hanging. That would be horrible. So Glow, yeah. Walking Dead announced that they plan on ending the show in 2022. So I mean, you still got 2 more years left, but they're gonna, just like the comic book, they're working toward an ending. So I don't know. I don't know what they have left. I haven't read the comics past probably 100 or so. I think they went up to 150. So Alpha, is gone. Beta, I'm pretty sure is going to be gone soon. And I don't know who the bad guy's going to be then for the last couple years of Walking Dead. We'll see. We will see. Can't wait. This one, I almost cried. They're ending Superstore. It's a great parody of like Walmart. It is just such a good, funny show. A lot of the characters on there are really, really great. You can relate to, somebody like one of those characters in your life. They represent the whole gamut of personalities. And of course, setting it in a Walmart type store, Cloud 9, I'm going to miss Superstore. See, Black Lightning ends. I didn't watch more than the first season of Black Lightning. I couldn't really get into it. Supergirl is going to be ending. I did watch the first few seasons of that, and then it kind of jumped the shark for me. I quit watching it after a while. Same reason probably with Flash. It started to turn into the villain of the week type thing. Magicians. If you haven't watched Magicians, it's like Harry Potter for adults. Basically, Harry Potter goes to college instead of school. It's a lot of, or maybe Animal House meets Harry Potter would be a better way to describe it. I really like the Magicians. I think they started getting old hat there toward the end also. So I'm glad that they ended on a good note. I liked the last season of Magicians. Tosh.0, Comedy Central, cutting ties with Tosh.0. I'm not sure if he got picked up somewhere else yet. I know he's shopping the show around. I think it's still got a lot of viewers, but I think Comedy Central is trying to turn the corner on what they're offering, and they don't want to offer as many live action type things, which is dumb to me. If you have a show and the show is doing well, why would you cancel it? I don't know. They don't make sense. They also announced, I'm not too worried about this, Cops. Cops is ending. I quit watching Cops so long ago, unless they're in a city near me, then I don't care. But yeah, Cops, I mean, how many times can you just see them arrest the worst people in that town? I mean, instead of helping the people, they arrest them. And just imagine how they would be treated if the cameras weren't on them. So, and my last one, and this is a big one, Better Call Saul is going to be ending next year, 2021. I watched Breaking Bad. It took me a season to get into Breaking Bad. It was filmed near here in New Mexico. I knew a lot of the locations, and I have some friends that actually run the Breaking Bad RV tours up in Albuquerque, where they drive you around in a replica RV that looks just like the one from the TV series, and show you all those spots from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Great, iconic show. I wasn't sure if Better Call Saul, how that was going to be, because they focused on Saul Goodman, which is a pseudonym for the Bob Odenkirk character. It actually turned out to be just as good as Breaking Bad in my mind. So they have a definite end for that one too. if you didn't see the movie that came out from Breaking Bad, El Camino, focusing on the Jesse Pinkman character, that movie's great also. But yeah, when that ends in 2021, that means there's going to be no Breaking Bad related thing on TV, and I'm kind of sad for that. But anyway, that was the list I came up with off the top of my head. I know there's a lot of other things. Tell me what you think were some of the worst things that happened in 2020, pop culture related, down in the comments. And let's air our grievances, get all of the bad stuff out in this thread, and let's start 2021 on a good note. So, that being said, please subscribe to our channel. It really does help with the metrics. Hit that bell icon to be notified whenever we put up a new video. And as always, later, nerds.
Get nerdy with me. Tell me what game that you get on. Is it card or read? What kind of class do you play, girl? In an RPG?